Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. I think it's time for some breakfast out there on that suburban griddle. What do you think? I've been waiting to make these Jimmy Dean sausage links, and I have my extra large eggs. Let's go out there and get the griddle heated up. Let's prepare. Now, Rafaela told me to cook these in a pan, to always add a little water and let the water evaporate. That kind of cooks the pork all the way in, and then cook them. And they come out great. I don't know if I can put any water on my griddle or not out there. We'll find out. Let's go out there. I need to turn it on, and I also need to finally set up my Buc-ee's table. I really do. Or move this bench over closer. Here, let's have you have a little view of the woods and the lake over there. Oh, my furnace just kicked on. I gotta go turn that off. I've got the griddle pretty well seasoned and clean. It's ready to go. I'll show it to you. Looking good. Turn the gas on down here. This morning I lubed up my slides and ran them in and out 3 or 4 times each with the RV slide lube. There's the griddle. See if it's first time every time. Nope. 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 No. What's going on? What's going on here? Gas is on. Maybe because the furnace is on. Can't believe that tank isn't empty. Maybe it's getting empty. Yeah. Got something to do with the furnace being on or the tank's getting empty. Kill my furnace. Oh, slam my door. There it is. It just lit up. Well, it took 4 or 5 times this morning. Well, let's get that hot and get you over here where you can see what's going on. Let me show you the lake out here. Looks nice, doesn't it, with the sunlight coming up on the bank over here. And the lake is dead calm. I took some still photos today. If you have an iPhone and you take a picture, then you look at it, there's a button you can press on the picture in the left. It's a little small little thing on the screen. You touch it and it says spatial scene, spatial. And it creates a 3D picture. Now, if you try to share that, right now, currently on iOS 26, it won't do it. But if you take a screenshot, you can share that and it will have the 3D depth. But if you're looking at it, you can move your phone and you can see the background kind of moving slightly to the foreground, and it's pretty darn neat. I mean, this iOS 26 is killer. That works on all iPhones. So if you haven't updated your software and gone to iOS 26 on your iPhone, do it now. There's actually iOS 26.1. It had a couple of bugs. It was mainly for the iOS 17. Take eye drops. I just got a notification. All right, it looks like that is heated up pretty good. Let's go ahead and get our sausages on there. Let me get you right here on it so you can see what we're doing. I just took a screenshot by accident. I'll put these in a Ziploc. I usually eat half of them. I'm a big eater. I'll just turn those down a little bit. We know this. Look at them wiggling around. We'll get our eggs, and I'll get a couple of cooking tools, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. We got a couple of eggs here for us and a spatula. These are cooking nice and slow. I want to share something with you guys this morning that I'm happy about, and I'm hoping it's going to work out for me. This thing right here is a water pressure valve regulator that all RV owners have or should have from the outside water source to your camper, so that you don't blow out the lines and have too much water pressure coming in. These are just little plastic hoses. Mine are actually pretty thick plastic hoses, but anyway, you know I've been complaining about a water leak in the bathroom. Well, I have a feeling that this water pressure valve was defective. It may have worked in the beginning, and then it may have just got calcium deposits, and it wasn't the diaphragm, whatever's inside this thing that keeps the water from the outside source from giving you as much as it can. It stops it at 40 to 50 psi. So I was at Walmart actually a couple of weeks ago, bought one and was going to change it. I said, there's nothing wrong with mine. And my cheap ass said, put it back. You know, you don't need it. If I can get this stand here. Hang on. So I have it located, actually, I'll show you. Right there, right off the water spigot. Now, there we go. I got you where I can point the camera. This piece right here goes into my water filter. So I watched a video showing, you know, do you put this right on the camper or do you put it right on the water source? It may not make too much of a difference, but I've got my filter and my pressure regulator first thing. So I'm stopping the pressure that comes out of here as, you know, strong as it is, slowing it down, going into my filter first thing, and then what comes out into my hose, then into my camper. And this is just an elbow, because if you have your hose going in straight, it can bend and weaken this. So I have an elbow here to run the hose straight up. So I put it in, and how you like the sky? I turned my spigots in my camper. And in my shower this morning, I could tell a difference in the pressure of my shower. You know, it wasn't as good and as hard as, you know, I love a good hard shower. But at the same time, I don't want a lot of water pressure, you know, and then when I turn the shower off and the spigots off, you know, that water is just backed up in there against those clamps and things. So I've been checking that water leak under my sink, which it just drips. And I had put down, there's no damage, there's no warping, there's no bad soaked up wood, there's nothing like that. Early on, a while back, I put some towels, hand towels, folded up double. And even as wet as it's ever gotten with the drops, one drop at a time or a few drops, whatever it is, it's never like just started pouring out. Except in the very beginning when I noticed I had a leak, I had a little puddle of water on the floor at the foot of the shower, and I said, what is that? And I traced it back, and I found out that it's actually coming from the blue line that goes up into the bottom of the sink. So I think that this was bad after a short time or a while. And I've had all this pressure everywhere I go, at home and at campgrounds. And when I turn the water on, I think this hasn't been slowing anything up. And I have that one hose and all the water things that go to the kitchen, the toilet, and the bathroom sink and the shower, that was dripping just a little bit of water because I think there was so much pressure. Because I keep checking it now since I put my new one on, and I've taken a shower, I've used the sink, and I'm going to keep checking it, but I haven't felt a drop of water yet. I think the water, obviously the water to come out of there, it isn't because it's just so loose water's coming out. It's because of some pressure, and not much pressure now. I could tell this morning I took a shower. I have a decent shower, you know, good enough. Plus it conserves the water if I was boondocking and pumping it from my own tank. So, and it regulates when I have shore water from filling up my tank when I don't have sewer like here, and it will keep me from filling up so quick where I would have to go and dump it. So another blessing, all good. And I think this one, I actually threw it away. I dug it out of the trash to show you guys what's going on here. So that's my story. Now let's get back to cooking these Jimmy Dean. So I got some sinus pressure right in through here. I blew my nose this morning, and my daughter and I are, I guess, very related. We both got it. Or she gave it to me. Speaking of my daughter, I won't be seeing her and Eddie again till Thursday. They have an engagement out of town, and they'll be leaving today. Well, today's Wednesday, right? I'll see her tomorrow. What am I saying? I'll see her tomorrow, but I'm not going to see her today. And I didn't go visit last night after they both got home from work. I crashed in on them a couple of days in a row, and tomorrow she's taking a day off after they get back late tonight from their out-of-town venture. She's taking the day off, and her and Lisa and I think Eddie, I don't know. Eddie's been real busy right now with some work stuff. We're gonna go up and down the apple orchards stops. Hopefully it won't be as busy on Thursday, probably will be at this point of October. And we're gonna purchase homemade fried apple pies. They're little, small fried apple pies. We're gonna collect them from all the orchards, as many as we can. Then we're gonna do the same thing we did 2 years ago. We're all gonna write down which, orchard they came from, and then we're gonna do a blind tasting, each one of us, and we will vote of which pie we think tastes the best. And winner takes all. Just something fun. So let's go ahead and crank this back up a little bit. There we go. Let's get cooking with that gas. Got another whole tank. I should put some water on here. Let's see if it'll work like Raffaella teaches me to cook this sausage. Come here. Runaway sausage. Oh, come on. And look at it. It just wants to keep rolling away. I'll put them all down there. And I'll put some water in that corner, and we'll see what happens. Let me get some water. I love how you can pause video now. You used to not be able to do that on iPhones. You ready? I'll get you in here. Oh, that spatula's hot from sitting on the griddle. Doggone it. I'm trying to show you, and you didn't have the camera. I'll do it again. Oh, man. This videoing is like a prison job. Let's do it again. Yep. Got them in there. Come back. So this will cook them up and brown them nicely. All right, Miss Raffaella, I got you. I did what you told me. I believe it does work. In fact, I'm actually going to do it again. There you go. That's really good. Get in there, water. Yeah. Now that'll evaporate and then they will cook on their own. And I will put this back up so you can see me. And we'll talk some more. So what am I going to do today? Well, I guess after I eat and have my breakfast, I've had a bunch of coffee already. Maybe I'll take one of them sinus pills, allergy pills. Probably should buy some more. I'll go over to Planet Fitness, work out. I've been over there like twice already. A real light workout, believe me. But you know, I'm doing the hiking. I just didn't want to basically work out too hard, and because I haven't been in a long time, and get some kind of soreness going on when I had to ride the bike down to Florida. I didn't want to, you know, have problems. You know, always thinking. Any way to get out from working out at the gym or going. But I got to go today. Not going to see her today. And then in the morning, guess what I'm doing? The rent's to do, so I got to move. You know, I used to say I've lived so many places in the country, we used to move when the rent came due. But yeah, I have to vacate this space and go somewhere else. My time is up. So tonight, I will put these items I have here, these few items, in the back of the truck. And with the truck over here, you notice, instead of over there. That tree is dropping all kind of stems. I got to see a couple widow makers hanging there. And so I'll hook it up, and then tomorrow morning, you know, I got till 11 to get out. You have till 3, by the way, if you ever come here on Sunday, if that's your checkout date. Isn't this fun, camping? Got the lake. All right, these aren't going anywhere. Let's just let them sit over here and process nicely. And let's walk over here and take a look at the scenery back there. I'm gonna have to use the queue, make some burgers and dogs on it. I made some dogs last night in the microwave. So, you know, there are sites here at Lake Lanier that have a better view of the lake. In fact, over where Michelle and Stan were, who had her birthday yesterday, she texted me this morning thanking me for the shout out and hopes to see me again. They watch all the videos. Very nice people. They're the ones that had the clam escape that I'm still studying and want to get. If I can pull the trigger, it's $300. I'd love to find a used one. And then I watched a video last night where a guy has the Traveler. It's only a 6 or a 7 foot diameter. He really likes it. It's very easy to throw in the back of the truck, where some of those can be pretty long, and you know, I'm already challenged a little bit on the space back there with the generator and everything. But I think the Traveler might be too small. The one they had, the Escape, if you have guests or you have a second person with chairs and table in there, it's actually the best seller. So think about that one. It's 11.5 diameter, 6-sided octagon clam quick set. Super. People on YouTube, this thing is amazing. Forget everything else. Forget all the screen rooms, easy ups, all that. Clam, and not the knockoffs. Yeah, go with the clam. Bite the bullet. I haven't bit it yet. But anyway, there are better views of the water, like way better, than have the trees. You know, but I can see it. You know, and to be honest with you, right now there's nothing available in here. It's solid. All the campgrounds in the area, especially the ones that take the geyser card, they are solid booked. Let's go check on our sausages. Everybody's up here to see them leaves, you know. Well, by the way, did you see my, I bought a wardrobe the other day, and then last night I got some Wrangler cargo pants, just like the shorts, exactly, except they're pants. And they had these Wrangler shirts. I got 3 of them. They don't say Wrangler this big on the others, but yeah, it's got a little print on it instead of the plain Jane ones I bought for $5 a piece. These were $8.99. So I'm going to be riding the bike, and it's certainly going to be getting chilly up here. There are chilly days in January, maybe, down in Sarasota. And these are not so heavy that, you know, I can't wear them. And I've got my Merrells on. Love these shoes, love them. For light trails like I'm doing, it's a proper footwear. The Brahmas that I bought at Walmart, the boot, you know, they were fine. I'm using them for the motorcycle now. Oh, these are processing nicely, folks. Getting a good scald on them. Not a lot of fat in here, so I'm gonna have to get something to cook my eggs. Look, not a lot of fat creating out of there like bacon. I will have to go get some avocado oil so that my eggs won't stick. Yeah, I read your comments about the eggs were sliding around like an air hockey table. That's a good seasoned griddle when the eggs do that. So go to the gym, take a drive for you guys, find some more leaves. The leaves are falling like snow right now. Look, the wind is blowing them. They're dropping in the. I did sweep, but look, they're falling right now. Look at them. See them? And those acorns. It's fall, baby. Fall up here in Georgia. Oh, got some sunlight coming through there, hitting my video. That's on me. All right, let's go get some oil, cook us some eggs. Gonna get a little scald on here. And I'll be back. All right, what I have here is, I have avocado oil, but I have some extra virgin olive oil here that I'm gonna use. Get you guys on the down low here so you can see. I think I'm going to need a plate for sure when I take these sausages off. See, that was only a second for you folks, and I'm running around getting my steps in. Look at those, a good scald on those. Let's, a little oil on the griddle here. Let's just shut the griddle. Let me see. What should I do? A little oil on them babies, huh? And then we'll put the eggs here, but that's much too hot to put our eggs. We're going to keep cooking these sausages a little bit more. Get a good dark scald on them, like I did my taco shells. Thanks very much for the comments, everybody, on the Baker tacos. I know you guys want to have one. You'll love it. Those shells in that oil like that. And I guess you could cook it in olive oil or avocado oil. I know vegetable oil is not good for you, but that's just the way I've always done it. And I went bad anyway by eating tortillas, you know, coming off the carnivore for that meal. So you can try it with any oil you want. All right. That oil is almost gone. It's smoking. Let me turn this griddle off. We'll just let that cool, and I'll put those eggs on in a moment. In the meantime, these can process nicely like that. It's smoking, huh? Burner works pretty darn good. Let that cool down quite a bit before we put our eggs on. In the meantime, we'll go over here and see what else we can yammer about. Let me just walk you around and show you. Here, hang on. I can just do this. I turn my awning light out. I already turned the V light out, and the hack lights are out. And the water is there because I sprayed the front off. See how filthy it is? And I wanted to make sure before I lubed up my slides that I got everything off the top of those awning covers before I reel them in and out. But I took that spray, it's got a straw on the end, it sprays very far. And I sprayed this whole track. Now the last time I did it, I sprayed the teeth. I thought that's what you lube, but you actually spray the track. And it's a dry silicone. And then I have another one here. Boy, there's some, gonna be 80 degrees today. Warming up. There she is. Here in this pull-through site I have. Let me show you. You come in and it's a pull-through site. Let's keep on going. Yeah, I was trying to spray off, see? Up there, spider webs. You need a brush though, it didn't do much. Okay, cooling down now. We're gonna put you back on the tripod and video cooking some eggs. I've got a Crushing It for Christ video coming up. I had a desire to do one yesterday after I read yesterday's devotional, and my daughter even asked me, you haven't done one in a while, are you going to do one? Of course, you know, my daughter and Eddie are Christians as well. Who isn't a Christian, right? Especially up here. They're growing on trees up here. All right, let's put some eggs on. Extra large. Holding its own there. Pretty good. Holding its own. We're going to just do 2 again today because I have extra large. Oh, that one's sliding down a little bit. Let's fire it back up. Fire it up on the second time. I hear the wind kind of blowing my flame off. There was a very light gust that just came up, breeze I should say. I'm not worried about it. These will definitely cook perfectly. Oh yeah. We got a well-seasoned little griddle here. Breeze just came up, I can hear it. Let me bring you in a little closer. I'd like to show you what we got going on here. You can definitely hear the flame trying to blow off. I don't know. See, the wind is pruning those trees and the leaves are falling like snow. I feel my I feel my sinus pressure. It's gonna be a good breakfast, huh? Camping breakfast, baby. Sausage. I love the sausage now. I think I'm gonna give bacon a break. This Jimmy Dean sausage is awesome. I will flip no egg till it's time. Look, you see that? Look at that. Oh, like a air hockey table. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice. Mm-hmm. You know we got it going on. Boy, it really picked up the wind. Oh, leaves are blowing over on my griddle. Look at that. Oh my gosh, sliding right off the spatula. Ha ha! Hey, come out of there. Don't get cheap on us. There you go. Yeah, not to have my flame all the way up. It's going pretty good, but I see yellow. That's not blue. It means not as good as it should be. I'm going to put the oil and the eggs away and come back out and take everything off. All right, let's plate it. Let's plate them. I say these Jimmy Deans look pretty good. I'm sure they're TRD approved. Jim Bauer approved for sure. Folks, it just don't get any better than that. Turn that off. Put that in here. Oh boy, you guys are like, my ears. Let's see here. Let's just throw in a little bit of this over here, the oil trap. Can't resist doing it. Yeah. When that cools down, I'll certainly put the lid on. Ooh, that's hot. Those eggs are hot. There you go, folks. Time for me to actually sit right out here again on the picnic table, enjoying myself. Let me go get a fork. All right, I went ahead and got the rest of the coffee that was in the pot and heated it up for 1.5 minutes. This is probably a little cooler now than it would have been. When you taste that sausage and you're sitting here camping, and the air, and it's fall, and everything like that, your memory banks just kick in like, this is a breakfast and how it tastes camping. Oh, man. The flavors. And I told you guys I see deer all over the place here. Oh man, folks. Now that is the best cup of coffee I ever drank in my life. Man, with that Jimmy Dean, let's try a bite of egg with a little runny yolk. Cooked on the runny but medium, not real runny. A little egg in your mouth with a bite of sausage. I'm not going to eat this in front of you, make you too jealous. Plus my screen just dimmed down. I think there's a battery issue. We need to get her charged up. Would you be so kind, folks? Well, I can't leave you like that. The phone I saw was going dim, It went out. It died. It's on the charger now. Crushing It for Christ is uploading. I'll be leaving here soon back to good internet, and they'll be up along with this cooking breakfast video. I hope you're enjoying them. I was going to ask you if you wouldn't mind, consider giving the video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. I know we can do it with your help, and I'll bring you the best video I can. All right, everybody, crush it.